What do you suggest that we do different in the market? We talked about a capacity market. I don't think many of us are big on that. We've talked about the Midwest being under one. We've talked about the state of New York being under one. ERCOT is a very different animal and a very different model. We need generators in Texas to create competition in brutal summer conditions. We need competition to push prices down. And then I also understand that $9,000 market cap, that $9,000 print, is extremely important as an incentive when there are crisis situations, so that those providers will jump back in and correct problems quickly as possible, to spend whatever it takes to get electricity back into homes. And so those incentives are in place, and that's the market, and I understand that. So my question to you is, set a capacity market aside, is there any other insurance? Is there any other backstop? Is there any other suggestion as the chair of the Public Utility Commission that you would recommend to us while we wait on other mandates from the legislature? Just give us some best practices and give us your opinion on what we need to be doing if you don't feel like you have the authority to do it yourself. But I'm still not convinced of that. So please answer.
What my recommendations are? I don't have any at this point, because I think it's something we all have to look at and gather the information and get input and make some policy decisions. And I know you don't like that answer, and I apologize for that. Capacity market is it, or an energy-only market that has modifications to what we are doing right now, in whether or not to set the price at $9,000 or $3,000. That's a debate that can be had.
So in preparing for this hearing, many meetings, many hours, anticipating a very comprehensive, full agenda, many stakeholders. The chair and the staff have worked very hard on all the preparation. The members have worked extremely hard to be ready, to be prepared, and to receive answers and to gain knowledge with solutions. Not counting the 6 hours that we spent on the first invited testimony, you don't have any opinions on what we could do to enhance the construct of the market, just as suggestions that we can consider going forward from here.
Don't have specific suggestions, no, sir.
Can you imagine that I'm personally surprised at that the PUC chair would come into the hearing with all this talent, representing all these Texans after an event like this, and not receive some suggestions on what we could probably do better with the market to keep that competition in place in the most pro-business state in the country. And we want that competition. We want to continue to drive prices down. We want our homeowners and our business owners to receive the lowest rates possible, but we have to be ready for exigent circumstances and a crisis. And I have a hard time believing that we don't have leadership at the PUC that requires emergency operations planning, regardless of mandates, but with legislative precedent that is so recent. I don't understand why, with a polar vortex in 2011 in Texas, one in the Midwest in 2014, a huge snow event in the Houston region, January the 10th, and then a weather forecast leading up to this event that we're talking about now, days and days before, showing many, many consecutive days of low single-digit freezing temperatures. Help me understand that better.
Sir, I can tell you that for the past 2 weeks, I have worked night and day trying to get power restored and trying to figure out this system. I understand what you're saying, and I am open to moving forward. If you believe we have that authority, I'm open to moving forward with it.